Hello guys, welcome to another review from the Collector Bros. It's Ben here today with our first LEGO review of the DC Universe Arctic Batman vs Mr. Freeze Aquaman on Ice. Set number is 76000. I got this guy for £20 and I think he's definitely worth that price because it comes with 3 strong minifigures and some nice accessories. Let's take a look. So Mr. Freeze is going to be the first figure I'm going to show you, so let's take a look at his gun first. As you can see, it uses the standard space ray gun piece with some other additional piece and a good use of the lightsaber. That's a good high five to you LEGO for using that lightsaber piece. Now on the side here it has this little canister piece which I suppose would perhaps have a frozen chemical in and would be the magazine powering the gun. So it just clips on like that, real nice on one of those studs on the side. So the first figure is now Mr. Freeze. He's quite a good figure, I must say. Try and change the field of view there. He's he's a really good figure. He's one of my favourite villains, I must say. And the only bad point is this: they've just reused this, recycled it, even from the Lego Atlantis series. But they used a lighter colour, and it's a different dome colour, which is a nice light blue. So that's good enough, I guess. This figure here, I would say he's a strong figure. It's a shame his head isn't double-sided, but I'll get to that in a second. His face is white, which is, of course, because he's frozen. He has a nice aggression piece. And he's got some good printing now, like the tube and then some sort of body armour, I suppose, going on there, because it's like his cryogenic suit. Really good use of the light blues, I must say, because they're quite rare colours, I suppose, for figures. He's got some good back printing too, with some more tubing and armour plate in there. But yeah, he's one of my favourite villains, so I'm so glad he came in this set. Next figure is easily my favourite Batman figure out of all of the ones I have. He is a Arctic Batman, of course, and he uses white and a light grey colour. Which, yeah, he's got a really nice cowl with the white, and like the white cape, which is shaped to his bat wing style. And he uses a really good use of like the light grey there instead of the dark grey like on his other Batman suits. He also uses a white utility belt and a white symbol on his chest, which is also quite good, the white gloves and stuff. So his head printing is the standard one for the Batmans. He has a slightly detailed face, I suppose it's not that important as he has a cowl on. And that headband, which looks a kind of weird without his mask on, is for the eyes, which, as you can see on the cowl like that, are supposed to simulate his white eyes. But on this figure, because the cowl is white, it gives them an off-white effect, which I suppose is better than the whole thing being white, but at the same time it looks a bit weird. He has nice back of the head printing, which is more of like a possibly a smile or an anger face, which is quite nice, I suppose. It gives it better playability for younger kids. He also has a decent amount of back printing, which is fairly standard across the Batman figures. He just has a different utility belt and of course in a different colour. The next figure I will show you is also part of the terrain feature. He comes, it's Aquaman of course, but he comes in this, which I'll show you at the same time. It has these nice translucent blue pieces which are exclusive to this set, so they must cost a bit if you say buy them on their own from eBay. It's a nice feature of this little ice block to symbolise him being frozen, hence in the name Aquaman on Ice. And it's got this trigger here, which is quite nice. You can see it goes, so that's great playability for young kids for the ice to simulate being broken off like that. The figure of Aquaman is also quite nice. It's the first one we've gotten from Lego. He uses the skater's hair but just in yellow, and he has an anger face here, and he does have double-sided head and back printing, which I'll show you in a second. Really good use of like making his costume. It really does look like him. And the scales and the like abs, I suppose, and they would be in his nice bout, is really good and helps to the effect of his character. So the back printing is similar to Batman's, which has a different bout and it's a different colour with some scales added in. The face printing on this side is just like a more calm or like natural looking face, and he's a really good figure considering he's the first we've got from Lego, and he's good to add to a Justice League collection. The other piece which they've copied from Atlantis is this, a trident, but it's in a different material which is more durable so it doesn't create weird scratch marks from the figure's claws. Batman, by the way, does come with 2 batarangs. Here's one here. But because it would be much better if they were in white, which unfortunately they're not, so... But hey. The final thing in this set, which is really great, I must say, is this bat boat, is what it's called, even though it's going across ice, so that must be, I suppose, you know, well, it's Lego's idea. And like, I like the good use of these pointy pieces and like these barnacle size swords on the side to create like this going across ice type of effect. They would use a very interesting piece here as well, which has a little Batman symbol here. And they also have the cockpit with the stickers a bit wonky, but that's my fault, so I'll show you the inside of the cockpit in a second. As you can see in here, there's some more stickers, and you've got some nice use of the colour of the yellow, which is Batman's secondary colour. Down here, they do have flick fire discs, which I'll show you in action in a minute. On the back as well, they have these bombs that detach, which are very nice. They're a fun little build to add. And on the back here, this really gets me, these two pieces on the back. This wing, which looks much more like a classical Batman thing, which is a really nice piece, I must say, and it's a good use for a wing. There's also this, which is very impressive, this nice big flame coming out the back here. And to create the effect of an exhaust pipe, they've actually in fact used a wheel, but it's in yellow, so it's more like a builder's car's wheel from like the Lego City range. That's quite nice. It's very similar on the other side again. There's a sticker in here as well. And it's quite nice. They've got some use of like the grey and the yellows, which go nice together. These here, firing for the flick fire disc. I'll show you that in a second. Now inside the cockpit, there are two stickers in here, and there's of course the steering wheel. I like the use of the sloped pieces so that Batman's cape doesn't get caught on any studs and he doesn't clip right in, so it's easy to just get him back out. These pieces in here are from the flick fire disc. I'll give you a good view of that one of them firing now. They're quite fun to play with, and I suppose it increases playability for younger kids. So yeah, all in all, I would say this is a very good set, which comes with, it's got a decent piece count. I'm not sure the amount of pieces, but it's quite decent. So and again, it comes with these pieces, which are of course brilliant, which go together on this small base, which is the second accessory. As you can see, it goes there. And we come with these three very well done figures, which are great for anyone who's a collector, especially towards Justice League, whereas you get Aquaman and a different Batman. And so it's a very good set. Highly recommend buying it. If you're on the ropes about buying it, I definitely recommend that you nab this sucker while you can, and it is a great set. So hopefully you'll stick around for some more videos. See you in the next video. Goodbye.